Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking at uneven rib flare, where rib flare is the ribs are flaring on unevenly on one side to the other, maybe left, maybe right. We'll get into the reasons why that is in just a second. But before we do, please think about subscribing to this channel, as it is much appreciated to see the support you guys give, as well as in likes and comments. So, uneven rib flare, why do we see this? Well, typically in biology, especially in humans, we see asymmetrical behavior biomechanically. And this can often lead to uneven rib flare, where the left side predominantly is come forward more than the right hand side. Now, the reasons for this is multifaceted really, but some of the main ones is most people are right-handed, so you see the right side drop back below the left, and also that the diaphragm itself is asymmetrical. The diaphragm we bang on about all the time about being super important and helping with breathing and everything, and it is, but it's also asymmetrical. So the larger hemisphere of the diaphragm sits on the right-hand side and not on the left. So you quite often see that the left then will move out because it hasn't got such a large portion of the diaphragm on that side. And in the thumbnail to this video, actually, there's a great representation of left-sided rib flare compared to right-sided rib flare, which is actually very atypical when we look at the rib cage unevenness. So why would you want to sort this out? Well, aesthetically, it looks more pleasing to some people. When we work with people that are in the fitness modeling industry and things like that, where they want to be presented and aesthetically looks pleasing, an even rib cage is a lot better. But for practicality of day-to-day lives, it's a lot easier to have an even rib cage because you get that 360 degrees of expansion, you get that better diaphragm recruitment, which means you don't have other compensatory mechanisms kicking in to keep you breathing easy. It means you can get that full breath, you have less breathlessness, feel like you can take a full breath in. So there's different reasons why you'd want to do that. Obviously, you can understand the peak benefits that would be in sport as well. So this video is really aimed at tackling left and right-hand sided dominance in uneven rib flare. I've got two types of exercises that we're just about to get into, which really helps with this, and I will explain them fully and what you need to be thinking about and doing during these exercises. They are both great exercises. I think I explain it in the clips, but if I don't, they can be done vice versa. So I do it on one side, but you can do it on the other if you had dominance on the other side. I just wanted to get a couple of good exercises in there to really offer huge value by the end of this video. So without any further ado, let's get into exercise 1. Okay, so if you have left-sided rib flare, that's rib flare on the left side, this left side coming out more dominantly than the right, then you want to do this 90-90 exercise. Simply put your feet into this 90-90 position like so, and then with your right hand, you're going to bring it out away from your body. Now you want to keep good posture at this point, but you want to make sure that you can get a stretch here with the right hand. So this might be further out for some people, this might be further in for others. It depends on yourself, but you want to have a nice stretch along this side of your rib cage, bringing this left side in to the core, into your body, and closing down the room it has between your hips and the bottom part of your rib cage in those obliques, closing this part of the muscle down. And what you want to do is get a nice stretch here and then drag. Feel like push the knee as if you're dragging it forwards so that you get tension on the inside of the thigh. So you can't really see that on camera, but you'll certainly feel it when you do this exercise, when you bring it forward, and this gives you more structure and brings that rib cage down more on that left-hand side. And simply now take nice controlled inhales through the nose and exhales through the nose, trying to exhale for as long as possible. Really empty those lungs and get everything out of your rib cage so you can really bring that left part back in. So it should look something like this. So right there, I'm feeling the stretch here. I'm feeling the stretch here on my inner thigh as I drag my foot forward, or I drag my knee forward, sorry. And I'm feeling this side of the rib cage really come down, really engage on down here and bring this part of the rib cage in. So this is a great way for you to improve that left side of rib flare. You're going to do this breath for about 3 to 5 cycles of this breath. You might need more, you might need less. It really is person dependent, but as a good rule of thumb, 3 to 5 breaths in that position will help improve the left-sided of uneven rib flare. Now, you can do this, the left-sided rib flare exercise on the right-hand side. Just simply flip everything over and use it for the right-hand side. It will work effectively, but as an alternative, and to keep this video very interesting for you, here's another exercise you can do. Actually, all you need to do is get yourself something soft. Now, I'm going to use a yoga block right here. Something that's kind of firm but soft. So like a yoga ball, a yoga block, the rolling tube, the foam part of a rolling tube, something like that is another way to do it. Now, what you want to do is quite simply to bring the right part in and get that even back in there of the rib cage. You want to sit on your heels, bum to heels, and legs in, knees together. Then place the yoga block or whatever you're using on the right hand side of your rib, covering the right hand side of your rib cage, and simply lean forward and close it in to that gap. Now you should feel a nice little bit of pressure on that side and that rib cage can't really move, and then come down onto your elbows. Now simply you're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, and take a nice long exhale as you do that. Really empty the body, really empty those lungs. So it should look something like this. Now, as you exhale, you should feel that pressure of the block pushing those ribs back. When you really exhale, you really feel that engagement in the side part of your abs, your obliques, as well as that rib cage being forced backwards or being restricted from moving forwards. So this is a great way to also get more evenness in your rib cage and bring that rib cage back into a good structural position, biomechanical position. Again, this can be done on the left and this can be done on the right. As well as the first exercise can be done vice versa as well. These are both great techniques for really improving uneven rib cage and all together. Hope you've enjoyed this, and make sure before you go, you give this video a like, you subscribe to the channel, and comment down below if you're going to use this, if you've seen these exercises before and how well they work for you. I want to hear from you guys. See you all very soon.